a lot of interesting stuff on TikTok, growing your audience, building your brand, and you also started a brand new business based on your audience from TikTok. So I want to really, look into your process and your background and your history of how you were able to leverage TikTok to start and grow your business. So first thing I want to ask you, like, tell us, what do you do and what kind of business you have?
Well, I'm primarily a stock trader, but what I do is I show what I'm doing in terms of stock trading to other people that are out there that might be interested in how to trade, and that's what we do. We kind of educate people on how I'm trading and how they might be trading too, so they can be successful.
And what's the name of your business?
Well, the name of the business is Dallas Trading Floor. And
Mm,
basically, we're live on TikTok. We've grown the audience tremendously because of that.
awesome. And so going back, like, when did you hear first about TikTok, and what were your sort of like initial thoughts or
I
reactions?
I didn't know anything about TikTok at all. I mean,
Mhm.
seriously, I didn't even ever had looked at it. And the first time I saw it, I was, a lot of dancing girls. That was great. I really enjoyed that. But I mean, how could a guy like me, old guy geezer like me, how could I do it? So yeah, I mean, just as an experiment, I just started putting some content out there, and people seem to like it. So there you go. It just started to snowball from there. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, and there's still people out there. I think they think that TikTok is still it's for like dances and pranks and silly stuff, but that's I think looking at you and your growth and also the business that you're building on TikTok. I mean, that just kind of like tells a different story. But by the way, what type of audience you're attracting on TikTok? What type of like demographic?
Well, initially I thought it was all millennials and maybe Gen Zers, and I thought, boy, a lot of those people may not be that interested in trading stocks. Boy, was I wrong. They're really interested in trading stocks, and
Mm.
more importantly, I'm actually getting a lot of people that are a lot older. I mean, it's
Mm.
amazing. Yeah. So
Yeah,
a lot of
so
people are watching TikTok. It's amazing. It's how big it's gotten, and
mm,
it's blowing up. So I'm so lucky to have been on it.
yeah. And so what's your, speaking of TikTok, what's your content? Like how often do you post? What type of content do you post? And yeah, do mention your TikTok handle as well.
Well, what I try to do is about every day, I try to do either one or two short videos. And then what I do mainly is I have a show, an hour show. It's basically a trading show where I go over kind of the market
Mm.
direction, a few sample trades, and then answer questions. And it's tremendous. I get so many questions, and I try
Mm.
to answer them the best I possibly can on the show, and it's just been tremendous.
Amazing. So that's primarily, that means your content, your TikTok content is educational content, right?
Yeah, it's almost entirely educational content, and all I've been doing is I've just been putting out there for free. Subscribe free, and I'll try to show you how I'm trading, and if I'm successful or not. I'm completely transparent about it, and people
Mm.
get to really really like it. And my handle on there is at JKMALONE, but
Mm.
I'm also on YouTube as well. I probably shouldn't mention that, but I'm on
Mm.
YouTube.com, and a lot of
Mm.
the questions actually come in through that. So it's just been tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one big thing, obviously, a lot of people think of, social media channels like, hey, Instagram or TikTok, and, they grow them. But how are you like moving people from, let's say, your TikTok to, your business, or how are you kind of converting your followers on TikTok into like, business leads? I know you recently had people who came in from New York for, some training and education, people from Houston, people from all over the place are like seeking you. So how are you moving people from TikTok to to your business?
Well, it's really kind of simple what I'm doing. It's not really that high tech. What I
Mm,
did is I went out and I got a link that's in my profile that links directly to a sign up page that goes
mm,
directly to my email list. And what I do is that I filter that through a link manager. I use Bitly, but there's a lot of other ones out there that are great. So I can tag it as it's coming in, and I'm getting literally hundreds of emails. It's just
mm.
yeah, and what I'm doing is then once it comes in, I'm confirming that through the email system, and then I'm sending out some trade alerts and telling them, so what's upcoming. So it's really working good. Yeah.
Mm. Interesting, interesting. So you move, actually, that's a really, I can emphasize, because I talk to a lot of people sort of influencers, right? So they have huge audience on, TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, but then they're like, hey, how do we monetize this? How do we kind of convert our social influence into business? And I think that's the missing piece. That's something people don't do enough. Like, build your email list. And I know recently a lot of people are still talking about, TikTok may or may not go away, who knows? But I think that's really smart that you're moving people from your TikTok, your social audience, to your email list.
Well, it's amazing, Ali. I mean, the email list, I mean, I know it's the lowest tech thing in all of social media and everybody's done so much more, but I find that, if people are serious and they're serious about you and what you're doing, they want to hear from you. And the easiest way is to collect their email and send them out a message. And that it builds rapport because, see, I can with TikTok, sometimes I get randomly touch people, but with email, I can touch them every week, 2 or 3 times if I want to. Now, of course, I don't overdo it because people are busy and they have busy lives and they don't want to be bothered. But it allows me to keep track of the people that are interested in the content, and it allows me to touch them several times. And so it's really great. Yeah, collect those email addresses.
Yeah, so people out there, if you're watching and if you think email list is dead, email is dead, you are wrong. Jim is a living proof that and the other thing is you can really monetize. I think there's a misconception out there. People feel like TikTok, you cannot really business. It's just prime example of how you can, build a following on a social platform like TikTok, and then convert that or move that to your email list and really like build a business around that. One other thing I want to ask you about, the growth of your TikTok. How has that, so imagine Jim before sort of this, the fame on TikTok or the brand that you're building on TikTok, and Jim afterwards, right? So what are the difference? What's different now about Jim Malone now that you have some influence and reach on TikTok?
Well, I tell you, I have a lot of reach on TikTok, more than I can absolutely imagine. I mean, literally, I have people, like I got in here today and it's the weekend, and I have several people calling me up, and not that that's bad. I think that's good. I mean, I love talking to people on the phone. I love answering questions. But, before, I mean, I was just a guy, and I had my little business. I was sitting in the corner, and, I made a little bit of money, but nobody, I mean, I could walk outside and be run over by a bus, and nobody would know. Today, I'm getting literally everywhere in the world. I mean, New Zealand, Canada, the UK, of course, the U.S. I mean, I literally had a group of people fly out on their dime from New York, spend about 3 days here. It's just it's amazing, and I think it's just because things are changing. I mean, the world as we know it is changing. I mean, social media, people my age aren't, they don't really understand it as much as a lot of people that are younger. But it's a force, and it's here, and the sooner that you start realizing that, I think you really almost have to be on social media if you have a business, the better off you're going to be, because you can't depend on other stuff like you did before. But social media has the pull, and TikTok
absolutely
has the pull. So
100%. So what would you say to people? I'm sure there are people out there still sort of like skeptical on the sidelines and still think that, hey, TikTok is not really for business or older people. What would you say to those people as far as like how should they get started, or how should they start their content creation on TikTok?
Well, just get a TikTok account, and mine was initially, I didn't even know how to set it up, but I got it set up, and then I just started making really simple videos. I mean, really simple videos, and because they were short, because they were to the point, somebody was looking for them, and they're out there. So, and that's just the thing. The most important thing is, don't go for perfection. Just go for getting out there, because right now everything is growing, and in the future maybe it'll be much harder. But for right now, if you have a message that people are interested in, believe me, you'll get followers on TikTok. It's just incredible. It's more so now for TikTok than it is, for YouTube or the other things that are more mature. But
Mm.
Right now, I think there's something like 30 million people or something that have accounts on TikTok, and it's huge. It's
Mm.
it's just huge.
It's mega, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I know you are also putting out your content on YouTube, so I think that's very smart. You're not just putting your all the eggs in like one basket, right? So if TikTok was for some reason was to go away tomorrow, right, you'll still have your email list, you'll still have your audience on your YouTube channel, and your business, right? So it's not really like, and I think that's one mistake a lot of people make. They put all their eggs in one basket, and then if something happens, their business is gone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Uh, the other thing I wanna what are the future of Dallas Trading Floor? What are some things that you're thinking of as far as building your business, different type of product and services? So share some of that.
Well, we're really more of a trading education type of firm,
Mhm.
but not a stuffy one like it's all theory. This is actually we actually use. I put up a live portfolio. So what I want to show people is how I'm trading, and not necessarily they have to trade that way, but these are ideas, and I'm totally transparent about it. So I'm going to be producing much more educational video that I'm going to put on courses and things like that. I'm developing them right now, but really I'm trying to listen to my audience to see what
Mhm.
they want, what they think is important, because what I think important as well. That's great, but it's what the people out there think is important. That's what they're going to respond to. So we're developing things to how to trade. And I was really surprised when I started to put it out there that a lot of people weren't, doing very simple things that were costing them tremendous amounts of money, things that I could easily fix. And
Mm.
it wasn't, and it was, for me, it was nothing, but not that I'm trying to prove my horn or anything, but it's just
Mhm.
certain things that I knew that could
Mhm.
help, and just those little things helped so many people, and it was very exciting to hear that they were making money, they weren't losing huge positions like they were
Mm.
before, and it just and I thought, wow, there's really something to this education, and of course. For me, the education helps me because it helps me be a better trader, and also helps me pick better positions as
Yeah,
well.
that's
So.
such a good way of looking at it. And then Jim, last question, because you're the stocks, the trading, the investing, the guru or the guy. So
So,
Microsoft or Apple or Amazon, what stock should we buy like
wow.
next week?
Now they're all super great stocks. So I just
Mhm.
want to put that out there. There's just all excellent.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. Everybody knows that. Well, I don't know if everyone knows it, but a lot of people know that Apple is going to be splitting 4-4, and that's tremendous.
Mhm.
But it looks as if Microsoft may be buying TikTok. I don't know that for a fact, but the
Mhm.
Washington Post wrote an article and it was out today. And I put out
Mhm.
an action trade alert on this so
Mhm.
that people would know this, because this is an important thing, because TikTok may not be going away. TikTok may be staying around. And in order to do that, it's going to have to find a big US based partner. And of course, the biggest one practically out there is Microsoft.
Yeah.
And so, unlike Facebook, unlike some of the other companies that have sort of bad relations with Washington,
Mhm.
Microsoft has very good relations
Good one. Yeah.
with Washington. I mean, that's
Yeah.
political, and I'm not being political one way or the other, but I just say it's a fact. And so,
Mhm.
I think right now, even though everybody isn't looking, I think right now, I think you're going to see, if they can consecrate this deal, it's going to be a big boost for Microsoft. So I would be looking at possibly buying some Microsoft. That's just where I'm at. And I do
Mm.
think that you could get a nice little bounce on this, because this is the one area that Microsoft hasn't been really doing as well in, with Google and Apple and all this stuff. They need to be in this space.
Yeah.
Social media is so important that even though it's Microsoft, and they're yesterday's software firm, at least they were, they're
Mm.
going to get into this space, and they can't depend on their Xbox revenue forever. So I
Mhm.
think if they acquire TikTok, and they keep the hands off on the management, I think they have
Mm.
a winner. I really do, and I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's a really boost the stock price. That's my
Such
pick.
a good point. And yeah, I'm definitely buying Microsoft on Monday.
Hopefully I'm
Well,
right. Hopefully right, and hopefully that hopefully
make some money.
yeah, hopefully you can make some money. I want
Yeah.
everyone to make money here.
So, Jim, thank you so much for being on the show. If people want to connect with you afterwards, what's the best place? What's your website link?
Well, the best way to get in touch with me is super duper easy. All you have to do is go to www.dallastrainingfloor and put your. If you want to ask me a question, just there's a little link, there's a little button on that. If you want to get on the action trade alerts, and that's my main list, it's in the upper left hand corner. So just need your first name, last name, and email, and of course it's all free. And if you want to, subscribe, it's all free, and that's the best way to do it. So thank you.
Uh,
Thank
awesome. Thank you, Jim, for being on the show.
Thank you. Bye-bye.